What is it that straight A students have that I don't, that lets them get good grades all the time? If you're like me, that's something that you've probably asked yourself countless of times. And I'm here to tell you that there's a secret tool that they've been using this entire time that you might not have been using that lets them get straight A's. Okay, spit it out. Let's get to it. What is this tool? Stick around to find out. Let me just go through a couple things first. Question you might ask yourself is, why are straight A students so productive? One of the main reasons that lets these straight A students achieve straight A's is their level of productivity. What does that mean? What does it mean to be productive? Let's get to the root of the word and let's build on that thought. Okay, so to truly understand what it means to be productive, what I'm going to do is I'm going to search right here. I'm going to go to my second monitor and we're going to search productivity definition. Productivity. There we go. So the definition as I'm reading here off my monitor is the effectiveness of productive effort, especially in industry, as measured in terms of the rate of output per unit of input. Okay, Fadi, too many big words. Simplify this for me. So let's look at the first part of this definition. The effectiveness of productive effort. What we mean by productive effort is an effort that produces something. So let's say studying. Studying is an effort because it takes effort to study. And what does it produce? It produces a result. It produces the acquirement of knowledge, and it also produces good grades in the long term. So when we're talking about the effectiveness of productive effort, we're talking about how effective is your productive effort. So how effective is your effort in producing that result? And the second part of the definition where we say as measured in terms of the rate of output per unit of input, that's essentially relating back to that first part that I just explained. We're saying that it's measured by how much can you produce with how much you're putting in. So the input is studying and the output is the result, which is acquirement of knowledge or good grades, like I said. Okay, so we know what productivity means and we know that it relates to how much time you're putting into something and how much result you're seeing out of it. So what is the secret tool that'll minimize how much time you put into it? And I'll tell you now, that secret tool that you were looking for that can minimize the amount of time that you put in to maximize how much you get out is a to-do list. Now you might be looking at me like, how's a to-do list gonna help me get straight A's? Are you serious? And I'm not here to give you research-based evidence. I'm sure you can search it up as well. I'm here to give you pure anecdotal evidence. I was not a straight A student until I discovered to-do lists. There was always at least 1 or 2 classes that I was falling behind in, that I wasn't able to get A's in, that if I had a to-do list from the start, I would have been able to achieve those straight A's. Now, okay, how does the to-do list work? What you're gonna do is the night before every day, you're gonna look through the things that you need to get done that day and you're gonna write them down. What's important is that you stay realistic and you understand yourself to know what is achievable in one day. Because I'm not going to write on my to-do list, I want to finish assignment A, B, and C. Because quite frankly, you're not going to finish all 3 assignments in one day. But if you plotted out a more realistic to-do list and said, for assignment A, I want to write the introduction. And for assignment B, I think it's a bit shorter, I'll write the introduction and the body. And for my math class, I'll do 5 practice problems. That way, you've plotted out a more realistic to-do list for yourself, and once you've achieved those tasks by the end of the day, you're going to feel way better about it. What's important though is that you have to write out these tasks the day before in order to have your day planned out. Because when we were talking about productivity and efficiency, and we were talking about shortening the amount of time you're working and maximizing the amount of effort, by writing down everything that you want to do the day before, you're eliminating that long period where you're sitting at your desk wondering, what is it that I want to do right now? Because I can't count the amount of times when I wasn't a straight A student where I would sit in front of my computer and say, do I want to study chemistry right now, or should I do math problems? Or I have this lab that I need to submit. No, with a to-do list, now I'm knowing I'm going to finish this assignment and then I'm going to proceed to do 5 problems here and then I'll do a little bit of this and my day should be set. Especially when you're planning on studying on weekends, you might go the whole day where you want to study. And if you don't know what you're going to be doing that day, you're going to have a lot of wasted time where you're going to be doing nothing. And so if you want to be as productive as possible to become a straight A student, you have to minimize the amount of time you're sitting there wondering, what is it that I'm going to do? Understanding how to actually make a to-do list and putting it into good practice turned me into a straight A student because I was able to virtually skyrocket my productivity. So if you want to go from an average student to a straight A student the way I did, I highly recommend you to put this into practice. Anyways, I thought I would share that with you guys today. If you appreciated this tip, let me know by dropping a like and drop a comment down below if there's any other topics that I could address in a future video. Besides that, it's been your boy Fadi, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.